Okay, so for this next part of concept 3, we're going to take a look at how to find the y-intercept and the slope and use those to write an equation, but instead of having problems where they're just given to us, we're going to get the information from a graph. So let's take a look at a couple examples together, and then you'll have a few to work on your own before you come back to class. So this first graph, I can see here that my line, just to make sure we're looking at the same thing as this here, the first thing I want to find when I'm doing this is the y-intercept. Remember, the y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis, wherever it touches the y-axis. So I'm going to look along the y-axis, and it's right here. That's at 1, 2, 3, positive 3. So the y-intercept is 3. No problem. Now slope. You have to remember that slope is rise over run when you go left to right. So I have a point on my graph here, but I don't have another point. I'm going to have to put one down. Remember that whenever you're looking for points to calculate slope, you always want to look for where it crosses at an intersection, right at a point. So let's see, I wouldn't pick here because it's kind of in the middle of a line. I wouldn't pick here because it's in the middle, still kind of in the middle, but right here, there's a nice clean intersection, right where two of my grid lines cross. So I'm going to go for that. So to get from this point to this point, I'm going to do rise over run. Rise first. I'm going to have to go down, how many? 1, 2, 3. So it's -3. And then how far is my run? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So my slope is -3 over 4. And I can't reduce that or simplify it in any way, so that just is my slope. Now a good way to check yourself is to see, well, this is a negative slope. Negative means my slope or my line should be downhill, and going left to right, this is a downhill line. So my slope is probably correct. Now, remember for your equation, the first thing you want to do is write out your form, y equals mx plus b, and then you can plug things in. M is your slope, which we found out is -3/4 times x, and your y-intercept is +3. So we're just going to tack a +3 at the end. And there's your equation. Ta-da! Not too painful, I hope. Why don't you take a look at the second one, pause the video, see if you can tackle it on your own, and come on back when you think you've got it. Okay, so the first thing you should have looked for is your y-intercept. We can see it crosses the y-axis right here at 5, so I'm going to go ahead and write that in my box. My y-intercept is 5. Now slope, it doesn't matter what 2 points you pick. Just pick 2 points that are going from left to right. So I'm going to pick a point over here somewhere. I'll go with this one because it's easy to see. I don't want this one because it's too close to the line and it's just tough, so whatever. It doesn't matter which point you pick. So if you pick different ones, that's fine. Our number should work out to be the same though. So the first thing I'm going to do is rise, up or down. This looks like it's going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then run 2. So I'm going to go down 4, run 2, and that is going to simplify to -2. Is that what you got for your slope? I hope so. Our equation form is y equals mx plus b. So y equals m, which is my slope, -2, times x, and then my y-intercept is +5. There we go. Y equals -2x plus 5. Hope you got it. Let's do one more, and then you're totally on your own. I know you can do it. This one looks a little bit different because it's not a downhill line. This time it's an uphill line, which means what? Our slope is going to be positive. I hope you got that. So first thing we're going to look for is y-intercept, and that happens right here at 1, 2, 3. And then our slope, I only have 1 point. So I'm going to have to find another point where it is a clean intersection. I like this point right here. Now, I know this was the first one that I was looking at on the graph, but remember, to find slope, you have to go left to right. So I'm going to start with this point when I find my slope. Now, to get from this point to this point, left to right, am I going to go up or down? Up. How much? 1, 2, 3. So +3 for rise. And how much am I going to run? 1, 2, 3 for run. 3 over 3 simplifies to 1, and it's positive, which is what I expected, because it's an uphill line. My equation is going to be y equals mx plus b. Yes, I want to see you write that out. You know who you are, you step skippers. I want to see you write out the form, so that way it'll commit to your memory and you'll never, ever, ever wonder what it is ever again. So write your form down first, then go ahead and plug in your slope, which we know is 1 times x, and your y-intercept is positive 3. So y equals 1x plus 3. I hope you found this video helpful. I know you can do these last 3 before you come back to class. I can't wait to see what you got.